Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Famous Diamore, and I'm here with your empowerment evolution reading for whatever sign comes out next. This is our empowerment evolution reading, my butterflies. This is the readings where we honor the fact that we don't stay stuck in the past. We learn how and we adjust and grow through them. Remember, these messages are always potential. If you don't resonate with them, please leave them here for the person that it does. You can also check the other signs in your chart. You may resonate with those energies. But again, I like to stress that these messages are messages of empowerment, growth, and it's about the shifts that are happening next in our lives. Now, my butterflies, during the pre shuffle, when I was shuffling the cards, the song that was playing was Melanie Fiona. It kills me. So there may be some type of toxicity, drama that may be relevant to you that is shifting for you, that's creating or causing some type of shift. This drama could be in a connection, it could be, in your environment. There may be arguments, lies, that may be being thrown around that you may have recently had to deal with. There's also the possibility of betrayal. I was picking up that energy too. Someone may feel betrayed in an energy. There's a lot of disappointment here. I'm also picking up the energy of rumors as well. So you, even though all of these things, have happened, this toxicity, the lies, the drama, the rumors, the possible betrayals, you still may have found it hard to, disconnect yourself from energies that may not be healthy for you, whether this is a person, place, thing, or environment. And through this energy, I want to stress that through this energy, you are learning how to, you're reviewing and learning how to, you know, do that self reflective work to be aware of self. Let's see what this energy is for. This energy is for Pisces. You're learning how to do that self reflective work. You're learning how to see through, the patterns, the toxicity, the lies, the betrayal. You may be reviewing how much or what you have invested in a situation. There's a lot of high and cold energy here. A lot of, back and forth, possibly not knowing, which direction you want to go in. Sometimes you may feel very passionate with that hot energy. And then sometimes you may feel very cold, probably logical, emotionalist. You probably had some desires for, revenge or payback, that type of thing, or that energy may have been directed towards you. There could have even been some type of steps taken towards, in an effort to get a reaction out of somebody. Somebody could have been taking those type of steps. It could be you, my Pisces. You put yourself where you see fit. Use your discernment, because this energy is no judgment here. It's all about this energy is all about, empowering, evolving, growing. So if it's showing up here, it's showing up as an opportunity for that. But all in all the things that you experience, through these energies, where there may have been drama, betrayal, that type of thing, all of this, came from a place of hurt. All of it came from a place of someone, maybe dealing with trauma or having unhealed, unprocessed trauma. Could be you or someone outside of you. But you're starting to understand it. You're starting to see that. And so what I'm picking up is this shift is happening around how you see yourself and how you behave, with energies, outside of you. Because something very, very passionate is being highlighted in this energy. You're feeling very, very passionate about something, my dear Pisces, and that's being highlighted. And through these energies, it's teaching you a lot about yourself. It's teaching you a lot about how you could possibly merge with energies. I'm picking up the word merge. It could be potentially showing you how you merge toward with these energies that's showing up around you. We're going to get the energies out here on the table, and I'm going to clarify. Give you the energies that I'm picking up, and I'm also going to clarify the current energy that Spirit is highlighting for you as well. Thank you all for being here. All right, my butterflies. Not the current, but the past energy that Spirit is highlighting here for you, my butterflies. With this past energy, this is where we learn what we dealt with, what we had to learn from, where we got our lessons. So in the past, we may have received lessons around this Nine of Swords energy. Lessons around, having an overactive mind. Living in the energy of being anxious. Feeling like, you're powerless. As you can see, this figure here has been doing a lot of, writing and recording and, taking notes of things. As you can tell, this is just saying, this is just pretty much affirming that a lot has been on their mind. They maybe have been doing things, journaling, that type of thing, to try to help them you have been doing this to try to help yourself to get a hold, get some type of control over these things that are going on with you, because after the 9 comes a 10, and that's completing the cycle. So at this point in time, in the past, where you had to learn your lessons, my Pisces, is around those repeated thought patterns, where you were letting the your imagination or the things that you felt get away from you. In the energy where the shift happened, this position where the shift happened, this is about that internal or external growth, however it showed up for you. We have the Page of Pentacles. Not Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. I'm so sorry. We have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords energy, is energy, where you may be a bit, intellectually immature, where you may not know all the facts about something. This energy could, also be about, you being a bit, mentally naive with this Page of Swords energy as well. This could be, the energy where you may have been, investigating something. You may have been acting without thinking. You may have been, talking about something. This Page of Swords. You may have been expressing something from, from a naive place, from a place where, you were just developing. Because Page energy, is that young energy. So where the shift happened, it happened in the area of where you were learning, how to develop, how to be able to express yourself. Swords energy is all about expressing. You were growing in an energy where you were learning how to be more stronger in your mental process. Where you're learning how to show up for yourself. In the energy, in the position right here, the current energy that's being highlighted right here is the energy of the Two of Cups. This is the energy, of choice, of aligning, with some type of, emotional attraction. This could be compatibility. This could be, being, having something mutual. This Two of Cups energy could be about partnership, a connection. And that's the current energy that Spirit is highlighting for you at this current time. So highlighting for you at this current time, my Pisces, is an energy of a partnership, a connection. That this connection could be something from, be connected to the past. It could be connected to something that had you, in anxiety. Your mind, was playing tricks on you. Where you may have felt like, you were anxious. Because you may feel like you didn't have all of the answers. This Page of Swords energy. You may have felt like you had to take actions without thinking about, what's really here. what's really going on. That created anxiety for this partnership that's being highlighted in the current energy. And in the energy where the shift is happening, where you can use your wisdom, the wisdom that you learned here, where you learned how to get control over that overactive mind, but you've learned to even pay attention to it. Even if you haven't gotten control over it, you've learned that you have to pay attention and make sure that you're not overthinking things, that you're not stepping into an energy of anxiousness. And this energy is here with the Queen of Pentacles energy. The Queen of Pentacles energy is about being resourceful. This is about feeling healthy in your body. This is the energy, where you're feeling grounded and calm. I always feel, grounded and calm when I'm sewing. With this Queen of Pentacles energy, this energy is showing up for you how you can use the past to best navigate through this energy that's showing up for you with this partnership. Is by being resourceful. Is about finding, the security, the stability in your own body, in your own environment. You having that stability, because if it's showing up right here and how you can use this wisdom, that means you already have some type of stability. You already have, that financial you already have that financial security that you need. You already have the ability to ground yourself and be calm in situations. That's how you're going to. That's what you can use to apply to this this current. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. Let off. This is how you use the energy to apply to this partnership, to this attraction, to whatever it is that you feel compatible with. This does not necessarily have to be a relationship. This could just be something that you feel some type of emotional fulfillment from, something that you want to partner up with, something that you feel connected to, that you want to do. And Spirit is saying the best way to navigate through this energy is through that energy of calm, of being resourceful, of feeling stable and secure in who you are and what you have to offer. And in the energy where the best possible outcome, this is the best possible outcome if you trust your intuition, if you trust the guidance that you're getting, you're receiving here. We have the energy of the Tower. And with the Tower energy, this is the collapse of of structures. Anything that that was built on faulty grounds will be released. You will gain that sudden insight, because it's a sudden insight energy. This energy is also about abandoning what no longer serves you. So Spirit is highlighting for you that if you trust the evolution, if you do the work, by gaining control of your overactive mind, understanding that through that overactive mind, it's a young and new process for you, but it's a process where you are learning how to gain maturity and in those thought processes. You're gaining control over them. You're learning how to be more mature about them with this Page of Swords energy. Even though you're in the beginning processes of them, that energy is helping you. It's helping you to be able to let go of, to allow structures and things that, no longer are needed by you to fall away. My butterflies, I'm going to get a clarified energy for the Two of Cups energy that we have here in the center. This energy that Spirit is highlighting currently for us. We're going to clarify this energy and see more information on this partnership, on this, alignment that is being highlighted in the center for us, my butterflies. Let's see what energies we pick up. Thank you, Spirit. This energy is being clarified by stop mistaking chaos for chemistry. That's not a twin flame. That's a fire hazard. This energy says obsession, illusion, and danger. You may be dealing with a Virgo or have, Virgo is the sister sign to Pisces. So this could simply be about you being in that south node part of your chart. You know, the that energy, you know, that the ego death energy. When we're in the south node energy, we go through things that is intended to bring about, you know, ego death type of things. So spirit is saying, currently what's being highlighted for you is a connection where something may be showing up, or you may be perceiving something as a twin flame energy, but it's actually, you know, an illusion. It's actually, you know, some type of obsession. There's actually some type of danger that is attached to this energy. The spirit wants you to be mindful of, you know, the connections that you're making, what you feel attracted to and compatible with, because there may be illusions that's wrapped around you. Whether there's illusions on your side or your partner's side or on both of your sides, because that's the way I'm picking it up. I'm really picking it up with the two, that there is illusions that exist between the two of you. There may be some energies of obsession that exist between the two of you, between the you and a person, you in an environment, or you in a behavior, a thought pattern, you know, whatever it is, my butterflies. The overall energy that's motivating this top row of cards is the Ten of Swords. Um, Scorpio, I think, had this energy. I think Scorpio had this energy. Not Scorpio. I'm so sorry. Taurus, but Scorpio showed up in the Taurus reading. That's the where I picked it up, because I saw it during the time I picked it up. Yes, but this energy showed up in the Taurus reading, so you may be connected to a Taurus somewhere in your chart, my butterflies. This Ten of Swords energy, you know, it's all about feeling defeated, feeling overwhelmed, drained. It's a 10 energy. As I stated about this Nine of Swords energy, walking into the 10, walking into the energy of completion, being ready to go, being ready to, you know, release these type of cycles. As you can see, the figure in this card is getting a tattoo. And usually when people get tattoos, after they went through, people usually, a lot of time people get tattoos after they went through something very trying, something very traumatic, as a, you know, memorial to them, you know, completing that cycle, overcoming something. So this is what this Ten of Swords energy is showing me. So the overall energy that's motivating this top row of cards is the energy where you're completing a cycle, where you're overcoming those things in your mind that keeps you trapped, keeps you feeling powerless and bound to a situation. These energies where you may be creating an energy of self-sabotage as well, because this is also, you know, self-sabotage energy. This can be, you know, getting tattoos can be seen as self-sabotaging energy. But Ten of Swords energy is about that as well. So you could be learning through these energies about where you may be self-sabotaging yourself, where you may be repeating patterns, repeating thought cycles, behaviors. You're learning where you may be showing up immature, where you may be showing up as if you're mentally unstable when it comes to things that you want to connect with, my butterflies. We're going to get celestial insight message. I went over the time a bit, but that's okay. Spirit does what Spirit does for a reason. All right, this energy is for my Pisces. Spirit, this energy is for my Pisces. Show me what I need to see for my Pisces. Thank you. All right, we have commitment. There's go that Two of Cups energy again. This energy says commitment is the key to long-term success. Are you hesitating to make a decision? Commit fully to a path and you'll see the results of your dedication. Now, my butterflies, I would like to stress that, you know, commitment, and again, this does not have to be about a relationship. This card is simply asking you to make a decision on which road, which direction, what you want to commit to. Because something in your mind keeps making you, having you going back and forth, that hot and cold energy that I was picking up earlier. Something has you going back and forth on what you want to do. What do you want to commit to? Which path do you want to commit to? Because stepping into that energy of commitment, owning that commitment, being dedicated and putting in the hard work towards that commitment leads you to that long-term success, that long-term happiness. So, my butterflies, this energy that's out here, is Spirit said in the past, you had to work on getting over your overactive minds and anxious thoughts. It helped you to learn how to step into an energy where you can have, where you're learning more control. You're in the beginning stages, but you're learning more control over your thought processes. You're learning how to be more, mature, and know how to refrain from acting without thinking about things in the process. Currently, there is a connection, something you're connection to, something that you may feel aligned to, that is here. It may be, involving some type of contract. As you can see, there is a connection, there's a commitment here for you that spirit is highlighting for you. And the energy that's being clarified by this energy is, stop mistaking chaos for chemistry. This energy is about obsession, illusions, and dangers. So, my butterflies, you may be in a connection that you may be mistaken for chemistry and it's actually chaos, or you may be in a connection because this overactive mind. You may be in a connection where you may be looking at it as, chaos instead of chemistry. Make sure that you use your discernment and apply this energy where it's you see fits. There's an energy here with this Queen of Pentacles energy where Spirit is saying the best way to navigate through what's going on with you is by you feeling stable, secure in your own body, in your own finances, in your own environment, and to allow tower moments to happen, to allow structures that are not built well to be torn down, to allow that sudden insight energy to come towards you, to be in a position where you are ready to release what no longer serves you. Until next time, my Pisces.